tried to figure out the best time to tell my friends about my little surprise. I chose lunchtime because the teachers wouldn't be around. I had to be slick about it. I knew that around this time the girls went behind the school to smoke cigarettes, so I decided to go out as well. Out I went and glanced around, spotting them almost immediately. They were all dressed up in hip huggers, white t-shirts, and sneakers, looking like the clique they were. I made sure I sat close to them before opening my book bag, taking out a soda, and on the not-so-sneaky tip, pouring some gin into the can. "What you got there?" one of the girls asked. "Some gin and a little wine," I told her in a nonchalant manner like it was something I did every day. Next thing you know, they all gathered around, asking for some. Of course I gave it to them, thinking this was it. I was now going to be a part of the in crowd. Let me tell you, a sister was messed up. At first, I wasn't feeling anything. Then out of nowhere, the liquor just hit me. Actually, I think it hit all of us. We were acting so loud and ignorant, one of the teachers came over and wanted to know what was going on. No one answered. We all just stood there looking stupid. One of the young teachers, Mr. Bell, knew something was up. He took a bottle from one of the girls and sniffed it. "Who brought the liquor to school?" I thought everyone would remain silent. Do you know these little wenches turned me in? Not only did I get suspended, but when I arrived home, I got an ass whooping as well. Ali picked on me and said, "So that's why you wouldn't let me carry your bag. Stupidity makes a hard ass." You would think I'd learned my lesson after that, but I didn't. I continued to be a people pleaser. Eventually, I figured out it wasn't the way to live, that instead of being a follower, I needed to be a leader. Okay, I admit it may have taken until I was an adult and getting hurt to realize it. What did I see in my future? Well, I saw pure boredom, a simple life, habits, the same routine day in and day out, and achieving what was considered small-town success. I wanted more. I needed more, and I deserved more. I was destined for more. I believed it when I heard, "We all have a purpose." Mine? I knew that I was to be of service to others and that I should be reaching and teaching people through my writing. I needed to be making money doing something I loved. Words touched me deeply, reaching places in me I never knew existed. I'd been an avid reader ever since I can remember. I can recall as a child being told, "It's time to go to bed," and sneaking and reading under my blanket with a flashlight. I read any and everything I got my hands on. Fiction, nonfiction, science fiction, you name it. Reading made me feel smart, like I knew a little more than the average person. If I heard about something or saw something I wanted to learn more about, I headed to the bookstore or the library and read up on it. Of course, from all that reading, I eventually started writing. I wrote just about everything, short stories, poems, and songs. Mind you, they probably weren't that great when I first started, but they definitely got better as I grew older. I went through stages where I wrote about death and suicide. I remember one poem went something like this. "I want to take my life. Where's the knife? Life is no fun. Where's the gun?" I was in 6th grade, and when my creative writing teacher read it, he called my mother in for a conference. I tried to explain that it didn't mean anything. It was just a poem, but he wasn't hearing it. "I'm not taking any chances," he told my mother. "I think you should get her counseling." "Ma, that's not necessary," I told her. "It's only a poem. I'm not thinking about killing myself." She looked at me, then back at the counselor. This was the only time I'd ever seen my mother look unsure. She was usually on point, knowing her next move at all times. Taking my face in her hand, she looked at me in the eyes and said, "I don't know, baby. Why would you write such things if it's not how you feel? I think she should see someone as a precaution. If it turns out to be nothing, then I'll be the first to admit my mistake." So, to a head doctor I went, only to have my mother be told what I knew all along. I was a talented young lady. Oh, and yes, the counselor did apologize. Who am I? What's my name? I forgot to mention it. I just start telling you all my business and you don't even know me. What's that song by Destiny's Child? Say my name? It was Layla Simone Hudson. I was 5'5", shapely, and full of passion, life, and energy. Honey complexioned with flawless skin, which I achieved by drinking lots of water. I worked out often and had just received my certification as a personal trainer and aerobics instructor. The way I figured it, I could stay in shape and get paid for it. Plus, I needed to work on the hips and the ass. That's where all the weight dropped. I had to work a little harder to keep the body tight. Okay, I admit it. I was a bit obsessed about my weight, but so were a lot of other women. Let me see. What else can I tell you about me?